I'm going to talk you through my economical calendar cheat sheet for November 2025 and how I'm going to use it to help me with the trading month ahead. I trade the US indices, so the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq, in the New York session. However, I am living in the UK. So if I make reference to timings or what I'm doing at certain times, then I'm talking about UK times. If you'd like a copy of one of these to print off and have at your trading desk, then send me an email at info@tradingangel.co.uk and call it November calendar or something which makes it obvious that you're asking for this. I print one off every month and keep it at my trading desk, and sometimes I even write notes on it. So by the end of the month, it looks very messy and it's got lots of different details on it that I've added along the way. I make one of these every month and I have done for years, and it helps me to guide me through the month ahead, and also the traders who I coach find it really helpful as well. I have added a couple new features this month. So last month you might have noticed that I added these crosses. So these crosses are days when I'm not going to be trading at all, because sometimes the US30 and the Nasdaq just give you nothing for the whole day. And if you try to trade every single day, you'll end up just trading away your wins on the days when it was good. So less is more sometimes in trading. So these crosses represent days when I'm not trading at all. But what I've added this month, which is new, are these warning signs. So the warning sign means I can turn up to work, but I won't necessarily be trading, or I'll just have to be careful, or for whatever reason, there's a reason why I need to be careful. I'll talk you through each one as we go through this. I've also added in the earnings for the US30. I haven't put in the earnings for all of the Nasdaq ones because there's too many Nasdaq companies, but I put the US30 earnings in. There's a little sun or a moon to show whether it's before the market opens that we get the earnings or if it's after the market closes. Personally, I prefer it when there's a sunshine because it means that you can add that to your directional bias. If there's a moon, then usually I'm asleep by the time the earnings come out. They come out about 9 o'clock UK time, so I'm not actually asleep at 9 o'clock, but I'll be getting ready to go to sleep by that time. So it doesn't really do me any good when I see this, and sometimes it just makes the next day a little bit more difficult. So I much prefer it when there's a sunshine. So those are the new features that I've added. Just before we get started, I've put a risk warning below just to remind you that trading is risky, and I'm not telling you how you should trade. I'm just telling you how I've put together my economical calendar cheat sheet and how I use that to help me with my trading day. If you're going to be adding anything new to your trading, I would always suggest practicing on a demo or a simulator first. So first of all, first week of November, we've got high impact news every single day. We've got NFP on the Friday. So I always hit the 2 days off before. So you can see we've got little crosses the 2 days before, Wednesday and Thursday, which means I'm not going to be trading these days at all. I will be trading Monday and Tuesday as normal, and Amgen release their earnings in the evening. However, this isn't really going to affect me. I'll be off by this point and I won't be trading again until Friday. For any of you who trade pound dollar, there's an interest rate decision on Thursday the 6th, which will be coming out, I believe, midday. I don't trade this anymore, but I like to have it on there because I live in the UK and I like finance news. So I like to know when it's there. And also I know that a lot of people do like to trade it. On Friday, it's NFP. So this is released an hour before the New York session opens. Sometimes NFP is amazing and sometimes it's a complete flop, which is why I've put a little warning sign in the corner. So this just means that it could be difficult, or it could be good, and I just need to be on high alert. There is a little bit of an interesting thing though with the Friday of NFP and the Monday after. I usually find that if Friday is really difficult, if it's very choppy, if there wasn't really much to come out of it, then I usually have quite a good day on the Monday. Sometimes it's settled a little bit more and it kind of knows where it's going a bit more by the Monday. However, if the Friday is particularly good, so say if the NFP results are particularly dramatic and the market makes a huge move in a certain direction, I would usually say 1,000 points on the US30 counts as a significant move. So if it's moved 1,000 points in one direction on the Friday, that's a sign to take the Monday off. But I haven't put a cross or anything here or a warning, just because I won't know that that's the case until it happens on Friday. But I'm just letting you know that that will be something that I'll adjust as I go along. Any of this can actually change as the month goes on. This is just the information that I had at the start of the month. But last month, obviously, we had CPI actually change the date because of the government shutdown. So when I had CPI on here at the start of the month, it was on a completely different day by the time it happened. So just remember that anything that's on here now can actually change as the month goes on. So I'll decide how I'm going to approach Monday based on what happens on the Friday. But usually the Monday after NFP is quite a good day for me. And then Tuesday and Wednesday I'm going to have off because they are 2 days before CPI, and CPI is high impact news and the markets don't want to pick a direction usually just before there is high impact news out. Cisco is releasing their earnings on Wednesday the 12th after the market closes, but this isn't really going to affect me much as I'm not going to be trading it. But this will affect Nasdaq and the US30. So if you're in a different time zone or for whatever reason you are still going to be trading, then just note that this is going to be happening and it will affect the markets. On Thursday, we have CPI, which will be an hour before the market opens. We also have Disney releasing their earnings before the market opens as well. So I would like these both to be pointing us in the same direction. That doesn't mean I'm going to get what I want, but it makes my job as a trader a lot easier if everything's pointing in the same direction. If, for example, Disney released really good earnings and CPI was really high, that would be a conflict in direction, and therefore it might be more difficult to trade. But I think unless Disney announces something particularly massive, CPI will probably override it anyway. I've put a little warning in the corner here because it could be good or it could be really difficult. So that's just to remind me to be careful. And even if CPI is really difficult, sometimes the next day is good. So similar to NFP, where we have the Friday and the Monday, which when one might be good and the other one might be difficult, it's the same with CPI. So often the day after CPI can be a lot easier than CPI itself. However, if we do have a particularly dramatic move on the 13th, then expect the 14th to be particularly difficult. So you wouldn't make that decision until you'd seen what came out on the 13th. On the third week, we've got 17th, it's normal trading day. On the Tuesday, we've got Home Depot releasing their earnings before the market opens. So make sure that you check what that is before you head into the session, because if it's particularly dramatic, then it will affect the directional bias. On the 19th, I put a little warning here to be careful because we've got a few things going on. Inflation in the UK is going to be released. That's got nothing to do with the US. It's just, again, I live in the UK and I like to see it. And for those of you who trade pound dollar, then you'll be interested in that. I'm interested in the CBS, central bank speech for the US, which will usually make the markets particularly difficult to trade unless something huge is announced, which means that the market does pick a direction. Usually it's particularly difficult to trade when there's a central bank speech. So there's a warning here. Also, Nvidia are releasing their earnings after close, and Salesforce as well. But Nvidia is the one that we are most interested in. That is a US30 and a Nasdaq company, and the biggest one. So that's going to be the one where everyone is anticipating it. And sometimes when there's heavy anticipation for earnings, it can mean that the day before, so the trading day of the 19th, is particularly difficult. So we've got two things here. We've got Nvidia releasing their earnings after close, and we've also got the central bank speech. So big warning on the 19th, trade with extra caution or just avoid altogether. On Thursday the 20th, Walmart are releasing their earnings before the market opens, and we've also got high impact news as always on a Thursday. So Walmart is a particularly interesting one because they are where so much of America shop, that they are a particularly good indicator for consumer sentiment. So what you'll want to do, as well as checking what the results are for Walmart, you'll also want to do a little Google search before the market opens and see what they've released in their press release. So whenever they release their earnings, they'll also release a press release. This goes for all of the companies. So you can do a little Google search and find the press release for all of the companies when they release their earnings, because you get part of the picture with the number that they give you, but it doesn't give you the full picture. So there's a really good example when Walmart released their earnings earlier this year, and it was something like positive 3% surprise, which on paper looks okay, and that would have given you a directional bias of bullish for the US 30. However, in their press release, when they released their earnings, they were saying how they expected the numbers to drop as the year went on, which caused the US 30 to crash by about 500 points on the open. If you hadn't read that press release and you hadn't seen what else they were saying other than the actual number itself, you would have completely missed that and you would have thought the market was going up. So it's important to do a little Google search. Just put Walmart into Google and then click on the news tab. So you know how it comes up, it says all photos or images, news, they've got all the little tabs. Click on the news tab and just see what the latest press release is, just from Bloomberg or Financial News or whoever, and it can give you a much clearer idea as to what the directional bias will be for that day. Again, you kind of want it to be in alignment with all the high impact news which is coming out. If they are conflicting, then that will make your trading day a lot more difficult. Friday the 21st, there's high impact news, but I am not too concerned about it. I'll be trading that as normal. Monday the 24th and the 25th, trading days as normal, and the 26th, high impact news. But on the 27th, it's Thanksgiving, which is easy to forget if you're in the UK. So if you are in the UK or any other country other than America, there is Thanksgiving on the 27th, which means there'll be about a 60% drop in volume, which means I'm not going to trade it. And if for whatever reason you do decide that you want to, please note that it closes at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which is 6 p.m. UK time. The next day is Black Friday. So I've put a warning because sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. So sometimes Black Friday can cause a little bit of a bullish move. There's a little bit more of a positive consumer sentiment, whatever. But also there is a drop in volume. I think it's maybe 30% less volume on Black Friday. So it can be more difficult, and it's definitely a day to be traded with caution, but it might also be worth it. So I am going to turn up on the Black Friday, but I'm going to be trading it with caution. And then we have on the Monday after, which I believe falls into December, is Cyber Monday, which I will probably be trading as normal, unless there was a particularly big move on the Friday, in which case the next trading day would be difficult and worth taking off altogether. So for the US 30, that's around 1,000 points. For Nasdaq, it's around 500 to 700 points. So hope you found this video helpful. If you do want a copy of this, remember you can email info@tradingangel.co.uk, call it November calendar or something which makes it obvious what you're asking for. That's also the same email address if you are interested in one-to-one coaching. And if you want to see more content like this, then make sure to subscribe to Trading Angel.